Okay, good morning, everybody. My name is Jason Cox. I'm one of the students here that alternates leading the Sunday meditation service, and you are at Dawn Mountain Tibetan Buddhist Temple. Our primary teachers here are Rigzin Drolna, who is also known as Professor Ann Klein at Rice University, Professor in Buddhist Studies, and Harvey Aronson, Rigzin Lama Namgyal. He is a practicing psychiatrist, and recently we've also brought on Rigzin Sherab, who is at the University of California, Santa Barbara, a translator over there at the 84,000 Words Project. The Lamas will teach every other Sunday at 11 o'clock on the first and third Sundays of the month, and then every Sunday of the month we do this 10 o'clock meditation. Now, we'll alternate between two practices here this morning. And the first, we're going to do a mindfulness of breathing. So during this time, we'll settle our attention on some particular spot, maybe the tip of our nostrils, someplace where we can be sensitive to the breath, maybe in our chest, or maybe in our belly, especially in that spot a few finger widths underneath the navel and inside. And whichever of these feels most comfortable to you or most suitable for settling your attention, that's the one you should use. And we'll pay attention to what it's like, what the experience of breathing is like at that time. We'll do that for a few minutes, and then we'll alternate that practice with a chant. And what we'll do is chant the syllable hum twice in one breath, something like hum, hum. And we'll do that at our own pace. And we'll do that for about a minute and a half at a time. And we'll just alternate between these two practices. And this combination, our guiding teacher in Tibet suggested was very powerful for both beginners and advanced practitioners. So I'll also explain that at some point at the end of this practice today, we'll dedicate the merit of our practice to all sentient beings, but especially to anyone in this book. So we'll pass around this a little later. We'll take a break from the meditation and read from a chapter from this book, Comfortable with Uncertainty by Pema Chodron. She's one of the early Western monastics in the Tibetan tradition and has been an accomplished author and teacher here in the West. And during that time, we'll have the book passed around. And then we'll close with a more alternating meditation. So before we get started, let's set our aspiration for today, what it is we hope to accomplish with this practice, and it is for the benefit of all sentient beings. May all beings always have happiness and its causes. May all beings always be free of pain and its causes. May all beings always be pain-free and live happily. May no beings ever cling to those near nor spurn those far. For as long as space abides, as long as the world remains, just so long may I be there, resolving all beings' pain. All right, and if you'll take a minute to find your seat, you want to be balanced. You want to sit with your back straight but not stiff. Have your eyes open, looking a few feet in front of you on the ground, in an unfocused way, or it's more comfortable for you, you can close your eyes. And we first want to take note of the support we have, the pillars of support that allow us to practice. And the first is the support you have from your skeleton, from this body. The skeletal structure is what allows you to sit upright, but with your muscles relaxed, with your shoulders relaxed, and with your neck not stiff. You also have the support of the very earth itself, seated directly over the center of the earth. That's a great support. And then you can also feel into or imagine support of a central channel, column running from in front of your spine, from your base through the crown of your head. Energy channel. Feel into that. And then with this support, we can turn our attention to the breath, to that place, again, maybe the tip of the nostrils, or your chest, or the belly. And just feel what it's like to breathe. How a breath might be long or short. What the temperature of the air is like coming in and going out. How the air pressure changes through the breath cycle. We're just trying to feel this experience. We don't want to think too much about it or analyze it logically. Just what's it like? And when your mind wanders, you can turn your attention back to the breath. Gently dismiss the distraction just by acknowledging it. Distraction, distraction. And then bring your attention back to that point on your body where you're watching your breath. And we'll do this for a few minutes. And again, when your mind wanders, just gently bring it back to the breath. Take a minute to assess how you feel, how your body feels. It's tense or relaxed. Maybe if it's any different after the chanting than before. Then turn your attention back to that point for your breath. You'll experience how each breath is a little different. Some ragged or some smooth. Notice the point between the in-breath and the out-breath, if there is a point between. And we just want to feel this experience, not analyze it. Again, when you're distracted, acknowledge distraction, distraction. Turn your attention back to the breath. Take a moment to stretch. I'm going to pass this around. Thanks. Okay, so we'll pass the book around for names. How was that? Okay, so a little bit about this book, Comfortable with Uncertainty. It's 108 short chapters, generally about a page long, and we just alternate through them here on a weekly basis. And today's chapter is titled The Healing Power of Bodhicitta. And, you know, it's a Sanskrit word, bodhicitta, and well, actually, I don't need to explain it at all because that's how the chapter opens. Bodhicitta is a Sanskrit word that means noble or awakened heart. Just as butter is inherent in milk and oil is inherent in a sesame seed, the soft spot of bodhicitta is inherent in you and me. It is equated, in part, with our ability to love. No matter how committed we are to unkindness, selfishness, or greed, the genuine heart of bodhicitta cannot be lost. It is here in all that lives, never marred, and completely whole. It is said that in difficult times, it is only bodhicitta that heals. When inspiration has become hidden, when we feel ready to give up, this is the time when healing can be found in the tenderness of pain itself. Bodhicitta is also equated in part with compassion, our ability to feel the pain that we share with others. Without realizing it, we continually shield ourselves from this pain because it scares us. Based on a deep fear of being hurt, we erect protective walls made of strategies, opinions, prejudices, and emotions. Yet, just as a jewel that has been buried in the earth for 1 million years is not discolored or harmed, in the same way, this noble heart is not affected by all the ways we try to protect ourselves from it. The jewel can be brought out into the light at any time, and it will glow as brilliantly as if nothing had ever happened. This tenderness for life, bodhicitta, awakens when we no longer shield ourselves from the vulnerability of our condition, from the basic fragility of existence. It awakens through kinship with the suffering of others. We train in the bodhicitta practices in order to become so open that we can take the pain of the world in, let it touch our hearts, and turn it into compassion. Personally, I'm very touched by this chapter. I think it's very well composed. You know, I found that in the moments when things are toughest, you know, when life really gets disrupted, when your plan really gets disrupted, you know, we have this idea that things are supposed to go a certain way. We wake up in the morning and tackle the world like that. And sometimes we get derailed. Sometimes maybe a family member ends up in the hospital that day. I find on days like that where I'm really no longer able to pretend I have all that much control over the world are the days that I can be present and experience a wider range of what it's like to be me, what it's like to be a person, including all the painful parts and scary parts. You know, when we're more receptive to our experience, I think we find that in that receptiveness is a tenderness and a compassion that really is our fundamental nature. And that's part of what we're trying to do on the meditation cushion here, is to help practice, cultivate that kind of receptiveness to whatever it is we're feeling right now, whether it's pleasant or unpleasant. I really like the metaphor of the jewel buried in the earth for a million years, not discolored or harmed. In the same way, this noble heart is not affected by all of the ways we try to protect ourselves from it. The jewel can be brought out into the light at any time, and it will glow as brilliantly as if nothing had ever happened. So I'd love to hear from others how they felt about the text or the reflection or anything that's on your mind from this meditation or reading. Everyone online, welcome to speak up as well. We got a microphone we can pass around.
Say something.
Yes, please. Here, 1 second, just so that people online can hear too.
Good morning. Can you hear
morning.
that? Well, I think it's important that what you discussed this morning and read out of the book. It's important just to, acknowledge whatever feelings you may have, if they're joy, if they're sad. I try not to be too sad most of the time, but I think it's important just to confront whatever you're faced with in a positive way. Give yourself a pep talk, have a purpose for what you're doing, be enthusiastic about what you're doing, and keep everything in perspective. And because, things change the next day. And so, the main thing is treat yourself with kindness and treat other people with kindness, just like it says in the book there. I just got my own copy delivered the other day, so I'm going to start reading it. But I appreciate your words of wisdom and experience, and everybody has their own kinds of experiences. And so it's the sum total of everything, so it's best to learn from your experiences and help other people and do the best you can with everything that you're faced with.
Appreciate that. Thank you. Anyone else? Okay. Well, with that in mind, we'll turn our attention back to our practice today. And keep in mind to try to face or notice our experience on the cushion here, however it is, however we feel, tense or relaxed, and just meet whatever it is that we're experiencing with curiosity, tenderness. We'll start by putting our attention on the breath. Just breathe naturally. You're not trying to breathe in any particular way. We just want to experience what our current breath is like. Again, with fresh curiosity and gentleness, turn to feel what the breath is like now. Again. I want to thank everyone for being here with us today. It, I feel especially enhances the chanting practice, but also sitting. It's really nice to have the company. Okay. So we'll dedicate the merit for today's practice, and then we'll have some announcements also, so you know what's going on around here. And we'll start with this prayer together, and we'll read the names. By this good may I swiftly once become a great guru, lead all beings, everyone, to reach to that very ground. With all of you in mind, we light this lamp of clarity. May the glow of love, wisdom shine within us, everyone, till we all rise forth born in one enlightened mandala. And we dedicate the merit of our practice to all sentient beings, and especially to Renee Smagistra, William Culling, Claudia Gomez Haro in the Bardo, Daniel Bitron in the Bardo, Joseph Helfenstein, Jay Ho Choi, Betty Ann Dinger, Rabbi Katie Mizra, Jessica and Erica, Purbe, Dickey, Rigson, John Alec, Mary Alice, Amanda, William, Melissa, Thomas, Kelly, Elizabeth, Lucio, Lisa, Maria, Albert, John, Daniel, Amber, AJ, Joel, Dad, Dustin, who's just exited the Bardo, James, Mergren, Caro, family of Claudia Gomez, Abraham, Shamila, Mario, Belly in the Bardo, Bob in the Bardo, Mike in the Bardo, Tom, Catherine, Tekla, Mom, Terry, Cindy, Nathan, Brad, Mitzi, Claudia, Josette and Donna, John W., Anna, Poppy, Krissa, Despina, Mano, Eleftheria, Jasonas, Melina, Bentley, and Delilah. And we'll close. Together we'll chant the syllable Ah. Thank you, everyone. And then, Shane, do you know if Emily?
I do believe she has some announcements. I also think today there is a movie.
Oh, yes, that's important.
Yes.
That's fun.
I think it's the Buddhist Film Festival that's been going on. Let me go grab her.
Sure. Yeah. This is kind of new for us. We thought it would be a good idea to start showing some movies after meditation and teachings, and it's been good. Some people, follow our newsletter. We send that out every week with what's going on around here, and we've had people that we haven't seen in a long time. Some like old faces have shown up, or some new faces because they're interested in the film.
Yes, I am super, super excited about this film. The film's going to be Words of My Perfect Teacher. It's about Songsar Khyentse Rinpoche. If you've never read any of his books, I recommend What Makes You Not a Buddhist by him. It's a really good book about sort of the misconceptions Americans got about Buddhism during sort of the hippie era, why it isn't nihilism, why it isn't, free love without consequences and that sort of thing. So I'm really excited about the film today. So we have a few things coming up. There is a peer support meeting for those of you who are full cycles on Sunday the 31st. Sunday, September 7th is our first Sunday, so we'll have our usual yoga at 9, meditation at 10, but then we'll have a teaching at 11 to 12:15, free lunch at 12:15, and then if you're brand new to Dawn Mountain, we'll have a welcome event that day at 1 o'clock. Our teachers will be here in person. That's a great time to ask questions, and they'll talk a little bit about themselves and the history of Dawn Mountain and our programming. Friday, September 12th through Sunday, the 14th, we have a Dzogchen Cycles retreat. It's our new Seeing to Being programming, which is a practice that was co-developed between our teacher, Lama Rigson Drolma, and our other teacher, Adzam Pelo Rinpoche. That's a weekend retreat. We do ask people to apply because Dzogchen Cycles is a more traditional Tibetan practice, and we want to get to know people who are going to join and get to know if they know what kind of practice they'll be sitting and doing with us. And then the other really exciting thing coming up is a one-day workshop on October 18th called Genlin's Focusing in Support of Dzogchen Practitioners. Harvey's going to lead that workshop. Harvey is another one of our teachers. He is also a psychotherapist. So he really specializes in marrying sort of the Eastern philosophy with Western science. And so that'll be a one-day workshop we have. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask me. So thank you.
Thank you so much, Em. Okay, everyone. Well, thank you for your time. Have a great Sunday, and yeah, take care. No.